that clearly Alberta Parks are not for sale, showing that the NDP are distorting the truth with misrepresentations and making false accusations with a willful perversion of facts. And given that they have now launched a campaign featuring Tracy, a quote wolf, though the picture actually features a coyote, in addition to a deer, which is actually a European red stag, Mr. Speaker, given that European red stags are not native to Alberta, can a minister tell us what the Alberta's government is doing to combat invasive species both inside and outside the parks?
The Honourable Minister of Environment.
Well, Mr. Speaker, we're fighting hard against zebra mussel, which endangers our lakes and our irrigation system all across this province, and we're fighting hard against the invasive species of pine beetle, which has devastated our forestry industry in many places of this province, Mr. Speaker. And I assure you, I will fight against the NDP's plan to put invasive red stags in our provincial park. Red stags are a beautiful animal. They belong in Europe, where they come from, though, Mr. Speaker. And the NDP's secret plan, Mr. Speaker, to put red stags inside Kananaskis, Mr. Speaker, our government fundamentally rejects that plan, Mr. Speaker. We're going to stand with our local native species.
Given that the truth continues to elude the NDP, and this lack of integrity was shown again in a tweet yesterday where the leader of Her Majesty's official opposition tried to tell Albertans that a European red deer stag named Rick was a deer from an Alberta park, which of course is absolutely not true, not to mention totally implausible. But the Minister of Environment Parks take this opportunity to comment on the credibility of and on taking advice from the NDP on parks and conservation.
The Honourable Minister of Environment Parks.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I think the misrepresentation of species by the NDP speaks for itself, Mr. Speaker. I do think as an Alberta Environment Minister, I have to take a moment to also stand up for coyotes, Mr. Speaker. Coyotes are eaten by wolves, and coyotes and wolves don't get along very well, Mr. Speaker, and I feel obligated as the Minister of Environment to stand up for Alberta's coyotes and say to the NDP, stop calling them wolves. It makes them extremely uncomfortable, Mr. Speaker. If you were out in the environment and there was another species that ate you, Mr. Speaker, you would not want to be compared to that species, Mr. Speaker. Let's stand up for coyotes everywhere in the province.